What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news and keep you up to date on what the government is doing. So if you're interested in staying informed and staying on top of what's going on, smash that subscribe button for me if you don't mind. And if you could, kindly smash that like button. It helps the channel out a whole hell of a lot, and I sure do appreciate it. We're going to change the format up a little bit, y'all. It's a new year, so we're going to do things a little different. We're just going to get straight into the news. Why the hell not? So, we're talking about the border. Yep, once again, we got some ish going on the border. So, we're going to keep up to date. We're going to keep you informed. This is kind of some scary stuff going on the southern border. We have Texas National Guard barring Border Patrol agents from getting into a park that is by Eagle Pass. They actually fenced this area off. Now they're trying to blame three people, I should say, that were going to come into the United States illegally, drowned in the Rio Grande. And they're trying to blame that on the Texas National Guard. Check this headline out, y'all. Migrant deaths in Rio Grande intensify tensions between Texas and Biden administration over crossings. Now, that kind of makes it sound like the Texas National Guard was doing some nefarious stuff. But after Texas fenced off a park along the U.S.-Mexico border and began turning away Border Patrol agents, Republican Governor Greg Abbott explained why at a campaign stop near Houston. "We are not allowing Border Patrol on that property anymore," Abbott said Friday, drawing applause from supporters while endorsing a state legislator running for re-election. He relayed frustration over migrants illegally entering the U.S. through the border city of Eagle Pass and federal agents loading them onto buses. We said we've had it. We're not going to let this happen anymore," Abbott said. And at least he is doing something about it, because the Biden administration sure isn't. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Later that night, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security said 3 migrants, including 2 children, drowned near the park after Texas officials physically barred Border Patrol agents from entering. Mexican authorities pulled the bodies, each of them wearing jackets, from the water on the other side of the Rio Grande. So, that right off the top makes it sound like these people were coming across, the Border Patrol agents went in to try to stop these people from drowning, and Texas National Guard stopped them. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. What actually happened was these people were coming across the border. National Guard had already blocked this area off, right? So they start drowning or whatever. 45 minutes later, the federal agents report this to the Texas National Guard. The Texas National Guard, after everything was through, after the Mexican authorities done pulled the bodies out of the water, the Texas National Guard goes in to investigate this report, right? And they don't find anything. Why? Because they had already pulled the bodies out of the water. They didn't even make it across. So they weren't even on U.S. property. Why would that raise tensions between the Texas National Guard or Texas itself and the Border Patrol? The weekend deaths intensified tensions between Texas and the Biden administration. They also unleashed a new round of criticism from Democrats over Abbott's aggressive actions to curb illegal crossings, accusing the measure of putting migrants at risk. U.S. authorities described the drownings as underscoring the need for Border Patrol agents to have access to the area, Shelby Park, which Texas closed off earlier this week. U.S. Border Patrol agents must have access to the border to enforce our laws, White House spokesman Angelo Fernandez said in a statement. What exactly does that mean, to enforce our laws? I've shown this video ad nauseum. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up again. I'm going to throw it up every time we get one of these stories because I am sick and tired of the Biden administration lying to the American people constantly. What you're seeing on screen right now is CBP agents lifting razor wire that was put down by Texas authorities to stop illegal migrants or stop people from crossing the Rio Grande illegally and crossing in to the United States. That's what you see. you see CBP agents aiding and abetting illegal migration. I do not know why nobody in Congress wants to go after Joe Biden about this. This is breaking federal laws. Every single person you saw in that video is breaking the law. The migrants by coming into this country illegally, and the CBP agents for allowing them just to come in and then busing them off to anywhere. You can't do that. We have the Secure Borders Act, I believe it's called, where they have a definition in that act of operational control of the southern border. Operational control is defined as not allowing any persons or any contraband to cross the border illegally outside of a port of entry, or cross illegally at all, or in other words, they have to go through a port of entry. So right there from that video, you can see that they are breaking the law, and they are constantly griping at Texas Governor Greg Abbott for busing migrants to sanctuary cities, mind you, where they are sanctuary cities. They say will allow migrants to come in however many they want. Come in, we won't call Border Patrol on you, we won't call ICE on you, none of that, you can come here and live. They're getting mad because Greg Abbott buses migrants to some of these cities. Well, he's not the only one. The Biden administration is doing it too, but you hear nothing from Democrats griping at the Biden administration for doing this. Why? I don't know. On Sunday evening, the Texas Military Department released a statement disputing the U.S. government's accounts, calling it wholly inaccurate that state personnel prevented Border Patrol from saving drowning migrants. That's right. At the time that Border Patrol requested access, the drownings had occurred. Mexican authorities were recovering the bodies, and Border Patrol expressed these facts to the TMD personnel on site, the department said. The Biden administration stuck to its initial account Sunday, saying the letter to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton that Texas denied Border Patrol agents access before they knew the migrants died, in a direct contradiction of Texas' version of events. Homeland Security said agents at the time knew only that migrants were attempting to cross the river. Right. Texas had demonstrated that even in the most exigent circumstances, it will not allow Border Patrol agents access to the border to conduct law enforcement and emergency response activity, wrote Jonathan E. Meyer, Homeland Security's general counsel. Meyer threatened legal action if Texas doesn't restore access by the end of Wednesday. The park lies in a major corridor for migrants entering illegally from Mexico, and it's at the center of Abbott's aggressive attempts to stop them, known as Operation Lone Star. Migrants are periodically swept away to their deaths by the current of the Rio Grande. Mind you, from that statement, it's placing all the blame for people drowning in the Rio Grande on Texas. That's how I took that. That's BS. They're saying they're putting migrants at risk. You mean to tell me crossing the entirety of Mexico, paying a cartel member $5,000 to $10,000 so they will bring them through Mexico and into the United States is not putting them at risk? I swear, man, these people do not understand the situation on the ground on the southern border. This is why I rail on it so much. How the hell would you like to pay a thug with a gun $5,000 to $10,000? They put an armband on you, right? And then put you in a truck and carry you to the United States border and then carry you across. You have to go across the river. That's stupid. If the Biden administration would send a signal to these people that you will be turned away, they wouldn't put themselves in that situation. But instead, the Biden administration is facilitating human smuggling. That's what that is. Human smuggling. Where these people have to pay money to a cartel, a terrorist organization, to get into this country. And they're trying to blame Texas for that? No, I'm sorry. The logic doesn't work out on that. You can go to hell. U.S. Rep. Henry Cuellar, a Democrat who represents a Texas border district, acknowledged Sunday that state officials investigated the distress call and search for the migrants. However, the bottom line is that Border Patrol was barred from entering Shelby Park, Cuellar said in a statement. Texas officials said Border Patrol agents had requested access to find other migrants who are presumed to have been with those who died. 2 were apprehended by state military personnel, including one who was transferred to medics with hypothermic conditions. The statement did not say whether Border Patrol agents were allowed in the park. Over the summer, thousands of people were crossing illegally into the U.S. through Eagle Pass. The numbers subsided, but again rose in December when thousands of migrants overwhelmed federal resources. But a sharp decrease was noted at the start of January after Mexico stepped up immigration enforcement. The 50-acre park is owned by the city, but it is used by the State Department of Public Safety and the Texas Military Department to patrol border crossings. Earlier this week, Eagle Pass Mayor Rolando Salinas questioned why the state closed the park now, since daily apprehensions in the region have fallen in recent weeks. He said the state gave city officials no warning and offered no timetable on when the park would reopen. On Friday, the Justice Department told the U.S. Supreme Court that Texas had taken control of Shelby Park and was not letting Border Patrol agents enter. Texas acknowledged seizing the city park, but told the court the federal government had mischaracterized its actions and that it was trying to resolve any disputes over access. Texas has come under reoccurring scrutiny over efforts to curb border crossings. Abbott has sent more than 100,000 migrants on buses to Democratic-led cities, even as frigid conditions set in during winter. He also has strung up razor wire on the border and installed buoy barriers on the Rio Grande, right, to keep people from trying to swim across this dangerous river. Melissa R. Cigarroa, a city council member in Laredo and member of the No Border Wall Coalition, was among those who attended a vigil Saturday at Shelby Park to mark the deaths of migrants who have died along the Rio Grande. She said attendees passed through a gate with armed National Guard members and that they could see no law enforcement officers and vehicles gathered near the river. That they could see law enforcement officers and vehicles gathered near the river. She said that scene, coupled with the reason for the ceremony, left her thinking just how little people's lives matter in these decisions. People are dying, and we know now that deterrents mean nothing, she said. You know what? Right. When you have the Biden administration flinging the doors wide open and saying, come one, come all, of course, why would they stop? They think they could just come right on in. Why would they stop at a deterrent? Why would they think it's even a deterrent if the Biden administration is just letting them pile in, breaking U.S. federal law in the process? It's totally wrong. You're putting the blame on the wrong person here, okay? When you all break it down logically, okay, you could blame Texas Governor Greg Abbott, whatever. You could blame Joe Biden. But the ultimate blame falls upon the person that takes that journey, that decides, I want to go to America and go in illegally, right? We do not show pity on a bank robber that gets shot in the process of robbing a bank. We do not show pity on somebody who tries to break into someplace and cuts their arm in the process. Okay, these people are actively committing crimes. You could argue malicious intent. But if you're trying to enter the country illegally and you know you're coming in illegally, there's an argument there saying that's malicious. We don't know what these people are trying to do. The cartel smuggles drugs across that border on a constant basis. They build tunnels. They do all kinds of stuff to get fentanyl, marijuana, cocaine, what have you. Name it. Anything and everything across that southern border. Okay, a lot of these women get assaulted that come across. That is sometimes part of the deal. How horrifying is that? Why would you want to put your wife and kids in a situation like that? Why would you want to put yourself in that situation? Why not just apply to come into this country legally? They say we need reforms with our immigration process. Hey, I've never been through it, so I don't know exactly what it's all about. Maybe we just need more people to process visas, right? We need to process the applications for citizenship. We can make that argument. I totally agree. I happen to like migrants. But if you try to come into this country illegally, we have laws for a reason. If you get too many people coming into this country, it overloads the system and we can't handle it. We have illegal migrants sleeping in high school gyms on the floor because there's too many people. We don't have enough housing to place all these people. They don't have enough money, a lot of them, to buy an apartment, to rent a trailer, buy a house. Where are they going to go? They're going to come into this country and they're going to be homeless now. Oh, we already have a major homeless problem. And they are giving these migrants sometimes upwards of $7,000 in federal assistance to some of these people a month. $7,000 a month to some of these people. I don't even make $7,000 a month. I don't even make half of that per month. Shoot, I don't even make a third of that per month. Now, am I griping about that? No. I don't think they should be paying that to somebody who came in here illegally. Like I said, with that same analogy from earlier, we don't pay a bank robber to rob a bank. If you can come up with a better analogy or tell me why that one is not apt, let me know down in the comments section. I'll be happy to debate this issue of you in the comment section. More than happy. But that's all I got for this one, folks. I want to thank everybody for watching. And like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about all this, because I'm totally against illegal migration, but I am all for legal migration. You know, we're a country that, you know, the majority of our population, when the country was coming together, they were all immigrants. A lot of those people. We've been a country of immigrants for a long time. We've allowed millions and millions and millions of people to come in legally. But we have rules and regulations for a reason. That river is dangerous to cross. Okay? You have to go through a cartel to get here. Both of those are a good enough deterrent in my book to stop people from trying to come here illegally. But let me know what you think down in the comments. And like I said, that's all I got. So thank everybody for watching. And like I said, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. I make videos like this every single day. Hey, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't make one yesterday. I took the day off. Sorry. I was tired. I didn't feel like making a video. And there wasn't really much news going on. So, there you have it, you know. But, y'all have a good one. And be positive. Peace.